Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing my first impression and review demo on the Silisponge, which is this product here known as like the chicken cutlet. This is my first time using it. I'm a little behind the wave, but that's okay. Every time I tried to get one, they were sold out on all the sites where they actually sold them. One night I was scrolling through Groupon and they had these. I think I got two for $8 plus shipping and handling, which is, I think is pretty good because the other websites that I was looking for is like $10 for one. Today I'm going to be seeing how this works compared to my normal beauty blender or Real Technique sponge or my cookie sponge from Tarte. See how it compares. I will be using it for my foundation, my concealer, and my setting powder. See how it goes. If you're interested in seeing how I use the Silisponge and my thoughts on it, please stay tuned. Like always, don't forget to comment, rate, like, and subscribe. It's my first time ever using a Silisponge. This is how it looks. Let's go ahead and see how it works. I'm going to be doing everything that I usually use my beauty blender or my Real Technique sponge or my Tarte quickie sponge. How I usually use those, is how I'm going to be using this. That means for my concealer, my foundation, and even my setting powder. So let's see. So my eyes are already done for speed up video purposes. I don't want it to be super long. We're just trying to see how this works. I'm gonna be using my Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. I am in the color Mink. Here's my product. And I use a lot less than what I usually use because it says that it's not supposed to eat up your makeup. So let's see. This feels so weird. It's working though. I don't really know if I'm supposed to like swipe or pat, so I'm doing both motions. And so far it's good. Probably should have pinned my hair out of the way. It feels so weird doing a sliding motion rather than a pat motion like I'm used to. It's actually giving me really good coverage. And like I said, I usually use way more product than this, but my face is already pretty much covered to my liking, and I actually still have product left over from what I had on the sponge. Yep. Still have more product on the back of my hand, and my face is now completely covered in my Becca Complete Coverage Foundation. Actually, I did a review on this versus the Radiant Concealer from NARS, and ever since I've done this video, this has been my go-to. And I'm actually gonna put this on with my fingers first and then blend it in with my beauty blender or with my Silisponge. So going back in with my Silisponge, let's go ahead and see how it blends out for us. Already I can tell that I do not like it for concealer. It's not giving me that flawless blend out like my beauty blender does. My foundation and my concealer are not transitioning as well as I would like it to. Like, I can totally tell where my concealer stops and starts. So I'm going to use my fingers to blend out the harsh lines. Okay, so now to use a sponge on the last thing that I use my beauty blender with is going to be my setting powder. I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder for medium to deep tones. Picks up the product, but kind of falls off. It picks it up kind of splotchy. So let's see how this will work. Not bad. It actually puts a lot of product on. Getting it. Oh. So, first issue, since it does not stick, it has it's giving me a lot of fallout with my powder. Like a lot. It's all over my Harry Potter shirt. I have an issue with that. And I use my setting powder with my beauty blender because it's damp, not sopping wet, because I've already pretty much used all the water out of it to blend my foundation and my concealer. But since it's more damp, it holds the product on there, and then it also doesn't put too much on there to where I look cakey, and I feel as though it just helps really blend better. Got the job done, I guess. But I am going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then I'm going to come back and see how the final look looks and what I think of it. I'll be right back. Here is the final look. The final look doesn't look bad. I feel as though I had to really overcompensate blending with my brush when putting on my powder foundation to make all the lines look more seamless. Yeah, like I said, I would definitely use a Silisponge for foundation purposes, but as far as like my concealer and my setting powder, it's definitely a no-go. Now, if I have this and this is all I have, of course I would use it. It's not completely bad. It's definitely not a desert island product. If I have my beauty blender, I will reach for my beauty blender before I reach for this. Like I said, foundation, flawless. I did not use as much product as I usually would on my face. This is all the product I had left from when I first applied it to the Silisponge, which is phenomenal. Definitely saves me money there, considering that this is a $44 bottle of foundation. But unfortunately, as far as concealer goes, it did not blend my concealer out as perfectly as I would wanted it to. I feel as though it did not leave me with the full coverage capacity that the NARS Soft Matte could give me. Using it previously with my beauty blender, it did not give me the airbrush finish look. I did see lines of demarcation when applying it with this Silisponge as well as with my powder. It did give me a lot of fallout. I feel as though it did put a bit too much powder in some areas, so it did cause a cakiness. So I did have to go in with the brush, really blend it down, and then just like really throw in some setting spray to go ahead and to get my face less cakey looking and more even. But if you have any questions about anything, definitely ask me down below. Please, like always, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. I love you all so much, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.